we've lost dancing. This year we've had to lose our space. We've lost dancing. All these things that we took for granted. We've lost dancing. This year we've had to lose our space. We've lost dancing. We've lost the hugs with friends and people that we loved. All these things that we took for granted. We've lost dancing. We've lost dancing. If I can live through, we've lost dancing. This next 6 months, we've lost dancing. Day by day, we've lost dancing. If I can live through this, we've lost dancing. What comes?
All right. Oh, turn mic on. Just got to Blagdon. Mic check, mic check. Okay, just got to Blagdon. Park there. I think we're trail begins around here somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. First time I've done one of those. It's about a 30-minute drive, condensed to like 2.5 minutes. Wasn't the best angle, but maybe on the way back I can show you what I saw. But let's find this trail. Oh, bad choice. Good choice. Ducks seem to like it. What's this? The Bywash Bridge. Right next to Bristol Water. Who are closed. Come along here. Got my leather sandals on because it's a long story. Trying to wear natural clothes. Yeah, where to start? I don't know, I had to compose myself, think about what I'm going to say. I'll turn off the mic and see if we can hear the nature sounds for a while. Splash. I mean, basically, I recently found out that clothes have a frequency. And a vibration. You know, the late, great Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Even Bill Hicks said that in one of his sketches about a man on acid, everything, all matter was just something. Vibration condensed to something or other. Anyway, the point is, good vibes, bad vibes, they exist. They exist in nature, and they exist in anti-nature especially, which is very low vibe. So when we're wearing this anti-nature clothing, you know, modern fabric, polyester, nylon, rayon, elastane, spandex, etc., has an unnatural low vibe frequency. Good evening. Like literally, so this lady, I forget her name now, she did these experiments with hertz, right? And hertz is how you measure frequency. It's a unit. The human body checks in at around 60 to 75. I think the brain might be higher, like 95. Like the different organs and body parts vary, right? But on average, healthy human bodies like 60 to 75 hertz. And it turns out below like 58 hertz, disease starts occurring. And like down to 20 hertz is the frequency of a dying body, a dying man. And then 0 hertz is a dead human body. Some of these fabrics, like I can't. So they measured the hertz of these fabrics, right? And off the top of my head, I don't know which ones are which, but let's just say they're all bad news bears, right? Like, all of them register at 0 or 20 or 15 hertz. Like everything in life is like the way vibration acts. It's like a tuning fork. So things nearby to something that's vibrating is likely to tune in with it the way a tuning fork does. It's going to match the vibration, right? So you don't really want to cloak yourself in the vibration of a dead human. Like, all day, all day, every day. In your sleep, sleeping on, you know, even silk, because of its nature, it's made from a worm, an unclean creature that's been like violently killed to extract the silk. Very low vibes. That's a 0. That's you gone, mate. That's you gone. Here we have the amphitheater where the gladiator slave ducks fight it to the death for freedom. Then they get to go over there. Freedom! Yeah, that looks dangerous. I'll go this way. Welcome to Blagdon Reservoir. Yes. Aw. Okay. Aw. Aw, come on. You got a license for that? Alright, Blagdon. I wonder if Georgie boy, George Blagdon, the actor, knows about this place. He played Athelstan in Vikings. My favourite character, to be honest. Someone hissing at me or shushing me. A Christian torn between Christianity and paganism. Something I can relate to. He also played Louis XIII in Versailles. Royalty, not something I can relate with. Anyway, what were we saying? Yeah, so like we don't really want bad vibes, aka low vibes, around us. We don't want to have them on our feet in the form of socks and shoes. So we got the 100% cotton socks and the shoes, you know, because most of my socks, let's face it, they're like elasticated. It's quite horrific when you look at the labels on all your clothes and realize what you've been covering yourself with so much. It's quite shocking, especially the things you thought were expensive and the things that you liked the most. And you look at it and it's like my favorite hoodie, 70% wool. No, what was it? 30% wool, 70% polyester. It's like, ouch. Might as well talk about the good points, or the plus sides now. And that is that certain fabrics have healing frequencies. Like regular cotton is kind of neutral, like 75 or something. Organic cotton is 100. That's nice. Fortunately, I already had a few organic cotton t-shirts. But the top ones are linen and wool. And they like register at like 5,000 hertz. But if you combine them, if you weave them together, they collapse. The energy field collapses to zero. strangely enough, the Bible says not to mix linen and wool. So the Bible knew what science, real science, not the science you get on the TV and radio, dare I say at school, but actual science proves it. And the Bible says not to wear mixed, diverse clothing. And it speaks highly of wool and linen, so it's good to know, you know. As a believer of the good word, you know, that was new to me, and good to know. Now, I already knew that natural products were better, but I didn't think it was that serious, you know. I knew that synthetics caused allergies and irritation. So I was already trying to minimize it, but I didn't take it seriously enough. And they are everywhere. They are everywhere nowadays. Like I said, the expensive new fancy outdoor wear, it's all laced with it. In fact, you have to buy the simple stuff in order to get anything good. The unbranded stuff, the granny pants, the 100% cotton granny pants with zero elastane. Is it a bunch of woo-woo nonsense? Well, why would the Bible mention it? It makes sense. People are sleeping in memory foam beds on metal bed frames. That's disturbing the magnetic field. If you care anything about ley lines and EMFs and such, you know those ley lines or dragon lines? Meridians, I don't know, whatever. But ley lines. They've had it so, like, if you sleep on one, you can get sick. Like, there was a story about these parents and their kid was sick, and eventually maybe they tried everything or something, and they got onto some wacko far out dude or whatever, and they moved the bed to the other side of the room and they got better. So, well, that's just another thing. So maybe you're on a ley line in a metal bed on a memory foam mattress with like a polyester sheet and I've got a sleep mask. I'm pretty sure almost 100% it's like polyester or something like that, with like unnatural pillows and all of that. Maybe you sleep in your socks and your pants. That's the worst thing, sleeping. Like, I've slept in my underwear most times. It's just it's a comfort thing. So like 23 and a half hours out of the day, you got your genitals wrapped in a dead man's cloak. So yeah, we've put all the fake clothes in bags, and we're trying to go as natural as possible. So we got the leather shoes, cotton socks, denim is 100% cotton. The shirt is 90% cotton, 10% linen or something like that. Now, that's a different subject. That's law of attraction, rule 101. If you want someone to appear, try taking a pee. Guaranteed to manifest someone just around the corner and make you hurry up. That time I got smooched by a dog, like a bulldog. If you want to manifest someone quickly, break wind. They'll come running. They will come running. Break wind, try and relieve yourself in any form, and the universe will throw in an NPC at you. Just generate one. Just randomly generate one. Precarious. Guy was looking at me funny like, why does he have a furry Tamagotchi on his collar? Do love a bridge. This is where I'm always like, left or right? What is that, a rabbit flap? I think we'll go for the rabbit flap one. So, I mean, it can't do any harm, right? It's not like veganism. Can't do any harm to start wearing natural fabrics. And you know, it might explain why, just another reason why we struggle so hard to attain health as a species. Just another thing. Just another thing that separates us from nature. And there's so many things, like I could go on and on. But like, there's no perhaps there's no reason why we should be going grey in our 30s and dying under the age of 100, you know? Living lives of sickness. Perhaps there's an alternative. Can't do any harm anyway. But what I don't get is like, if I have linen bed sheets and a wool blanket, which I do have now, game changer, by the way, is it going to collapse the energy field and render me a dead man? Or is it only when the fabrics are interwoven? You know, I'd like to think that 98% organic cotton can kick the butt of 2% elastane. Just trump it, you know? Just trump it. I like to think that. The trails come off of the lake and into the woods. I would have preferred to have been in the sunlight by the water, but nothing wrong with a bit of forest bathing as well. More of a wood, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. At least I know I'm alone. That is, unless I take another pee. And the universe throws some people at me. So yeah. Oh, we have a field. Rest in peace, dogs on leads. How we've been about half an hour already. And I don't know if we're on track. No, I don't think we are. This is why these walks always take like 50% longer than they should. Not that there's ever a wasted step. Oh, hello. Hello. So when I was a kid, I used to just love things like this. Just cute little areas of unspace. And I was like convinced that the trees were like a portal. A faraway tree. You go in there and come out somewhere else. Like, I was convinced there was something magical inside them. I was probably right. I was probably more in touch with reality then than I've been in a long time. Yeah, I'm lost. I should probably pack like survival tools next time. Like that game, Green Hell. What a horrible game. I mean, I shouldn't have gone chasing waterfalls, really. I should have stuck to the rivers and the lake that I was used to. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below. What you think about fabrics. Is this a dead end? Oh boy. I think I was supposed to go along the bottom of the field. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we need to engage in some barbed wire love. When the sticks are deadlier than the barbed wire. Don't snap. Don't snap. Oh, barbed wire wedgie. Barb. Oh, the bush pwned me. The bush absolutely pwned me. Oh. And we're free. Shirt's coming open for this one. Woo! Man, I had it right the very first time, just looking in the wrong direction. Oh boy. Oh boy, that was a fun detour. Used to build like dens in trees like that. We have abrasions. It's off the trail, but I wanted to get that view. And unexpected cows. Oops, I don't have my mic on. bovine parade congregation. Like now when I'm sitting inside and the sun's out, I can't bear it. I can't bear it knowing what's around me. Yo. Look at these guys. Freer than us. Healthier than us. No doubt. Makes you wonder, right? Like, animals don't wash their hands or their paws or hooves or what have you, and you know they're for the most part quite healthy. Like, everyone gets sick, you know, animals need to purge too, which I think that's all it is really, is the body purging itself. It's not a direct outside influence. It's more of like, you say everyone gets the cold at the same time, but like birds migrate at the same time. People synchronize, going back to frequency, you know? One body might purge, go into a state of flu or virus, and then a nearby body might be like, oh yeah, I better do that too. I better match with this frequency, clean myself out, clean out all these loogies. It's gonna hurt, but like, has to be done. Like, maybe that's all it is, just a synchronization. But I digest. Animals, like, I'm guilty of being OCD in the past with cleaning my hands especially. I'm still bad at it. Like, I can't stand having like something on my hands that's like sticky, or the idea that I've like touched something unclean and I'm gonna get it in my mouth or eye or nostril or something like that, lips, you know? Like, I'm terrible for it. But like kids and babies and animals, they don't do it and they're absolutely fine. It's like they say about like letting them play in the dirt, let them get used to it. Or the spaceman coming back from the swimming pool and not being used to all the evil pathogens on the earth. What was my point? My point is, I shouldn't worry so much about little things like dirty cutlery or like other people not washing their hands all the time. Like, I've been better since I stopped being so like clean freaky. So what do you think? What do you think about germs? Are they real or just part of the imagination? Let me know in the comments below. those things for? Small animals? Keep them in? Let me know in the comments below. I gotta pick up the pace because there's still about an hour and 40 left. Definitely gonna pick up the pace. Slightly concerned with how long this is gonna take. Well, this is awkward. Just under about an hour and a half to go. I hope, yeah, which, you know, I have to drive that far sometimes. And like, that's a no bueno, isn't it? Like, it can only be good for you to like have to walk for an hour and a half. It can only be a good thing. Let's try and shave off some of that time, yeah? Downhill sprints! We're running to the lake, yeah. This looks like a viewpoint. Oh yeah. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. Notice the blue-green algae present. Yeah, I think my car's like over there. Note to self and any other aspiring vloggers: always go out fully charged. Just see them mushrooms, man? I never liked them. Never trusted them. This is definitely worth doing when you need to take rest days from the gym, which I started to do rather than go every night. You're getting sunshine on you, sunlight on you. What is sunshine? For a good hour or two. You're out in nature, you're away from people for the most part. Yeah. Glad I did this. Glad I did this. Million times better to walk than it is to run. Hurts my joints. Hurts everyone's joints. Haven't seen anyone in a while. About to change. Gosh darn it, I went off track. Running out of battery. Going into a field of dung. Getting stung. Oh. It burns. It burns. And like, some people don't like you for it. Some people don't like you for just trying something different. And oftentimes it's the people that are closest to you or knew you or know you the most. They don't want you to change. They don't want their idea of you to be different from what it is, you know? And like, people are like crabs in a barrel when it comes to that. They're always trying to pull that one crab down that wants to escape. No, you can't be free. If I can't be free, no one can. They hate you. They hate you for trying to be free. They can't get their head around that they might not be free. They can't get their head around that they might have not even made a mistake, but been tricked. You know, they don't like it. They're scared. They're envious. It's bizarre. Methinks I'm about to get pwned. I already got pwned. Instant pwnage. Instant pwnage. Oh, here's the laser dance. There's the laser dance. Note to self, bring a wacky stick. Bring a wacky stick. Ow. Pwnage. You know what I'm saying? Why always just so-called friends that don't like support you in your endeavors? You can often trust strangers more. It's disappointing, that was. Oh. Cornfield. Am I on track there? Battery might die, so just gonna have a few moments to myself. But yeah, they hate you. How dare you? How dare you throw away your clothes? Just donate them. How dare you? Give them to someone else to make them ill. Like, they miss your entire point. Just boosh. Right over their head, straight into the attacking. Missing the whole point. And straight into... Oh, I don't like that. You're the bad guy. Why don't you just donate them? Don't be so selfish doing what you want with the things that you bought. Go give them to someone else so they can hurt someone else. Because I totally skipped over your point, and I'm just getting to the point where I'm virtuous because I'm butthurt. But I'm virtuous and you're the bad guy. Yeah. That's how people operate. It's too sick. Oh, if I had known, I would have held it in. I think I'm supposed to be I think I'm supposed to be on here. Not getting pwned for death. Alright then. Yeah. Well, the cotton sucks. Bless you. So maybe there's some meaning to that. Bless his cotton socks. Maybe they are blessed. And your feet absorb things really well. Like, I'm not sure why, but they always say, like, they absorb and they extract. They're like little portals. The soul of the feet. They say to like I use essential oils on the soles of my feet because they're easily absorbed. Need to save some battery to get some more of this lake. You know, people put onions on their feet overnight, or garlic, and those foot pads that extract toxins. So imagine you've just got like toxic socks on your soles. On top of that, you put on some toxic foot spray, you know, for the candida, which is all just fungi, which is why we don't trust the mushrooms. We never liked them, never trusted them, because that's all that is. Mycelium. Look it up. Cancer, rust, eczema, acne, athlete's foot. Jeez, it gets deeper than that. Halitosis, mind control, possession. Just look at what fungus spores do to ants. Just run along onto YouTube. Look at what fungus spores do to ants. Then think of what's possible with humans. Like, they have a network underground. They infect trees. Look at this guy. They are rust. They are caries when you get tartar in your teeth. Like, the mouth, by the way, is the window to the body. Like, the eyes are the window to the soul. Soul. The mouth is the window, or the gateway to health. It's the first point in your GI tract, right? You can always tell how healthy you are by each end of your GI tract and the overall health, or how bad it stank. But anyway, I digest. Literally. No, I don't. I'm fasted. This is still got about 40 minutes left, so save some bat for the end. The Jeffrey Dahmers are off, and we're doing some sun gazing by this beautiful lake. Still quite bright. Gone off trail, but I don't really care because I've come to see the lake, not follow some goon. Said I've come off the route, but I don't really care because I've come here to see the lake, not some boomer guy's trail. Some boomer guy wants to walk like in there. It's fine by them. Each to their own. I ain't necessarily gonna follow that path. You know what I'm saying? I prefer it here. Who knows what I'm missing? Probably not much. I think I nearly said Goomer boy then. So, it cracked me up. I'm not going to cut it out. Plus, it's ample sun gazing time. Rather than be on some boomer footpath. What's wrong with this? Why isn't this the trail? I don't think these boots were made for walking, but that's what they're gonna do. How about that? We got company. I thought this was the path, the footpath.
No, the footpath was on the buildings.
I noticed I came off the trail I was on.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, is this the private property, is it?
Private.
I'm sorry, I did not see a sign.
That's it.
I did not see a sign.
That's right. If you go back through to the other side of the copse.
Yeah, I know the point where I came off, and then I was like, I wanted to follow this path because then I'd be close to the lake. But, you know,
Okay.
as you wish.
Okay.
Alright. You got a license for those legs. You've got a license. Excuse me, can I see your permit? Well, they own the lake. Kind of would have been nice if you kicked off. I ain't about that. I ain't about low vibes, you know? I ain't about complaining, bitching about people, news, drama, like violence and stuff in film. I ain't about anything low vibe. I'm flashing now, so let's get back. That's where I made the mistake. I hopped this fence and ended up in private land. My bad. As someone who would like to own land at some point, I appreciate that. So let's try and find my way home, even though the batteries are dead. So anyway, that was eventful and didn't go as planned. Not that it was planned, so I guess it did go as planned, unplanned, as far as unplanned goes. So when I jumped over that fence where the porta potty was. What is it with birds in the road, huh? Oh, do you remember that one year where I swear I was just being plagued by kamikaze suicidal birds every time I drove? Tithe barn. Tithe, isn't that like a financial bond thing? So it turns out I'd strayed onto Bristol Water, their land. And some old guy with like a camera was filming the ducks. And then some like crispy boomer came out of the Jeep with like one fogged up spectacle and was like, "Excuse me, have you got a permit?" And I was like, "For what? I'm not fishing." Maybe for compliments, but Peace, boomer. They never smile back at you or see more arms. This looks like a nice town or village. Yeah, and then obviously I like managed to record a bit, but not all of it because I was conserving battery. So, and then the battery went straight after. So a lesson for the future: I could have a chest mount or something. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's just afterthoughts. I'm trying to improve the experience of the ALLTRAILS. So I need to get a proper dash mount, a spare battery. So then I had to hop over the fence, the battery died, missed some of like the best scenery. I should have done my talking really during that, but you don't know what you're going to get when you go on a random trail. You don't know whether you're just going to get it like sprung with some urban like concrete. We went on one that was horrendous, just went through like the worst low-born housing estate going. It's horrific. It's like not a great place to park, is it? Could at least go up on the curb. Give a brother a chance. I wonder if this can be a thing, like a driving, talking thing, because you know everyone does it with, I don't know if other people do it with like voice notes and stuff, but quite good quality by the looks of it. So yeah, then like all my batteries ran out and I didn't really know where I was. I lost the footpath, like consistently lost the footpath. Ended up in a farm. Lots of weird smells, like hot sauce, like Tabasco type smell in the air. Ugly. Too ugly. Too ugly. Might have to speed this up at points. Lucky, I want one of those. Big old motorhome or a Winnebago. That'd be nice. Welcome to Ugly. So what was I thinking? What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, could I just be mad about the vibrations and the fabric? Who knows? Like I said, can't do much harm. Had a nice sun gaze at the end there. That was a really good, like, it's when it gets really low that you can actually do it. Like now. So I managed to like get a good 5 minutes in. And it's at that point where you can see the ring around the sun spinning. It's quite something. But that took a lot longer than it was expected. It was supposed to be an hour and a half. Yeah, I got lost a bit, but I also like sped up a bit. It was nuts. And I've been out for like 3 hours. What was it? So it's about half-hour drive, this. Got out of the car about 6. Only just heading back now, like 10 to 9. Ring of bells. Pretty sure my parents have played there. It's really near Chew Valley Lake, which I'll have to do at another time. A couple of trails there, quite long. I might just make my own up, you know. Just want to go around the perimeter of the lake, but I suppose parts of it are going to be private. Killings. They're making a killings. Parts of it are going to be private, so you're going to stray onto some boomer territory. So what else did we discover today? Or should we just keep it about vibes and frequency? See, there was this Tesco in like a nearby town, and I hated going in there. Like, one, it's Tesco, you know. Even before I knew what I knew, I didn't like them because I used to stack shells for like a month. Couldn't stand it. Absolutely couldn't stand it. I look at like shelf stackers now, I'm like, oh man, how can you do it? Like, my brain doesn't switch off. Like staring at packets of biscuits all night is like torture. Do you know what I'm saying? And like hearing the same Katy Perry song for the 3rd time running at 4 AM is like Waco style audio torture. It's a torture to the senses. You're like, you gotta look at biscuits, that was my aisle, and listen to the worst stuff. Speaking of digestives, I digest. Places having bad vibes. Yeah, like this Tesco, and it's absolutely fine now, but at the time I hated going in there. I could feel the vibes. And like, my dad didn't get it.
when I tried to explain it and when I said, oh, I don't really want to go here and stuff. But the place had serious bad vibes, and I was, you know, a part of me was rejecting it, wanted to reject it. Part of me was spewing it out. And now, like, the staff have changed, and it doesn't have those vibes. Not nearly the same. Not nearly the same. So places have vibes. Especially like, well man, apparently they built cathedrals and stuff. Something my mate was saying. Either in places where there are high vibes, or in order to attract high vibes, or something like that. Sometimes where I can't tell if I'm in 5th or 3rd still. So like food has vibes. I remember when I was vegan, we were like, oh yeah. And I might be wrong. I might be wrong about everything. I'm fully, like, in order to seek the truth, you have to be like willing to have an entire shift in what you believe. Like, you have to be flexible. You can't be rigid, because you just won't accept. Do you know what I mean? If you wish to get to the truth, you have to be willing to relinquish beliefs. Like, I didn't want to admit that veganism was bad and killing me, and actually bad for the soil and bad for animals, and like just a slave diet. But like, it was uncomfortable. There have been other bigger ones. What do we call them? Like, not plot twists, but not bluffs. I don't know. But you have to be willing that, like, at any point, what you believe to be true might not be, and not to take it too hard. There's a little kitty cat. Don't like roads and cats. Lost too many. They make little cat bridges, tunnels. Not that they use them, they just do what they want. But definitely like speed bumps in residential areas. So yeah, like food having vibes, and we'd be like, oh, this steak has no vibes. But this apple's bright like a leaf. Look at all the chlorophyll. Well, like a leaf still has vibe, a phantom vibe where a bit was torn off of it. It's still like a phantom limb. It still thinks it's there, so it's like vibing out a bit of leaf that's no longer there. I'm not sure about food vibrations, maybe. But like with the Dr. Emoto books about swearing at water, how it changes the structure of the crystals. I was listening to like angry vibe music compared to classical, or it's getting angry words said at it instead of I love you. You know, it's the same as like the music we listen to being tuned to like a tuning that doesn't agree with our cellular makeup. Like the fabrics don't agree with our makeup. If you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be a long video. I don't mind. I mean, we were sort of semi-told the truth. Like, when we were told that in solid objects like tables, there's more air, there's more empty space in the atom or the particle than there is actually solid. Does that make sense of what I'm saying? I haven't thought about it for a while, but they used to tell you that, like, in the particle, atom, what have you, there's more dead space than there is actual stuff going on. And like, it's all vibration that's holding it together as a structure. Much like the vibration of like an opera singer can shatter a structure like a glass, it can also create one. Or levitation. How you can levitate objects with sound. Man, in previous epochs, if that's the right word, they probably used sound to like cause massive damage to enemies, villages, flood them, you know? Use a sound vibration to sink entire buildings. Then you wonder why they find a church under a church. Or like door frames places that are like 1 foot sticking over the ground, look like basement windows, actually door frames. Sound, mate. Sound. Masz bosta. Sound. So yeah, everything's sound. In the beginning there was the word sound. How are you liking this drivey talk? Let me know in the comments below. If it's not worth doing, I won't bother. Maybe I will. Whoop. Sweet home, homeward bound. I am hungry now. And then if it really is all just a simulation, then, or what was it someone sent me earlier? Was it you, Broseph? It obviously was. Like, everything is a projection of the light we receive through our eyes, which is like Lucifer, the light bearer. hence this, like, the sigil of Lucifer is the same as what happens when light enters our eyes, and then we project it. But then I'm not sure, because like life still goes on when you're in a coma, or let's say sedated for surgery. Like, everything still goes on. People operate on you, unless it all gets put on pause while your eyes are closed, and then when you wake up, when you come to from surgery, you know, that's the projection that they have performed the surgery. You know, it didn't necessarily happen while you were out, but you don't need to know that, do you? All you need to know is, you know, get a quick updated patch on your reality. Oh yeah, they did the surgery, I got stitches hanging out of my belly, so it must have happened, but that's all a projection. I really do want to get to the nuts of it, you know, this life. Whether we are in a sort of hologram, whether we are just projecting it ourselves, co-creating it or creating it, manifesting it, whether our worst, deepest thoughts you know, end up happening, and that's why you get shit on the news that's like deeply unpleasant, and when you go down rabbit holes and you realize, or you hear that certain people might be doing horrendous things to us over generations. Like, is that just your deep down worst, like, imagination conjuring up that might be happening in the world? Or is Satan really that wicked? And like, or why does God allow him to be that wicked, you know, to the point where it's like unfathomable evil? And maybe just the fact that I'm talking about it makes it, you know, echoes the vibration of unfathomable evil, you know? Maybe just saying that makes that idea for a projection stronger. See, there's not many people I can be myself and talk like I am, because it annoys them. It annoys them. It's too far out. But there are some people who get it. Like, I don't just accept the world on face value. There's more to it than that. There's a reason why we're here. If you have any idea what I'm on about, then you know there's a reason why we're here. You've always known it. You've always known that you were different from the 99%. I knew when I was in school, when I was a little boy, that I did things. I saw the world completely differently from everyone else. I knew that there was something weird about me. I didn't just see the world on face value. I thought that the world like went around me. Do you know what I'm saying? I thought I was the center of my own experience, which we all are, I suppose. if you understand what I mean. If you have an inner monologue, and you're not just a computer generated NPC, sorry. NCP is like a parking national car park, isn't it? Nah, mate, you're just a car park. Park life. What I mean is, like, even when I was like 6 or 7, I was just like, the other kids don't think like me. And I'm not autistic or anything, or maybe a little bit crispy. Probably had a few jabs I shouldn't have had when I was growing up. Certainly nothing recently. But go on, mate. I am going 40 and a 40. But I knew then, like, I thought I was the main character in a video game, and essentially we are. Like, what's the point in playing what's the point in playing video games when life is a video game? You know, you can level up yourself. Don't worry about your character gaining strength. Like, start exercising, gain your own strength. That was a close one. Two-headed man. Like, don't worry about your character in the game getting wealth. You can do that in real life. Why are you playing a driving game? You grown man. You're a child. You fairy. Why are you playing a driving video game when you could drive? Oh. You know? Life is a game. And there's, like, it would be boring if there wasn't an antagonist. Like, life's a movie or a game, and you got to get to the final act, right? And there's a final scene, and you want the good guy to win, and then he does, and then you get the girl, blah blah blah, or you beat the final boss. Like, life would be pretty boring if it had no storyline or anything to beat, you know, any boss to beat or obstacles to overcome. Unless it was like pure heaven and like everything that you liked was good for you and not a problem, Jesus approved. No one aged or died, God wiped away every single tear, and there was no such thing as anxiety or fear or sickness or anything, you know. No turds, no fleas, no... you name it, right? Just, you don't even need to eat animals, you just eat fruit and you're fine. Don't even need to eat, just drink wine, you know. Everything's fine. Like, that wouldn't be too boring. Or maybe it would. Maybe that's why we've decided to take a holiday in purgatory. Take a holiday in the fallen realm to experience, like, a little bit of drama, because just get a bit bored of, like, drinking and shagging in heaven. Do you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I can't. I tried to be normal. I tried to settle down. I tried not to think about things. It didn't work. I just came back round full circle to, like, whoa, like, what is going on? This place is madness. Absolute madness. Like, you can try and pull away. You can try and plug yourself back into the matrix, but it will constantly remind you of how clownish, like how insane it is, to a point where it's just impossible to plug back in, and you're done, you know, you're done. Nice sunset. I don't even like, I don't even fear the system, because it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna stop anyone. Like, people can't wake up or think or anything. So I'm not concerned about being a threat. Because I genuinely don't think I am, because people have the choice to make. You know, it's the narrow path, it's the narrow path or the wide gate, and like, we know most people are going to take the wide gate. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. With these people, you can't even lead them to water. They just say, water? You're mad, aren't you? Just donate it. What are you talking about? Just get a job. You only live once. We're only here to have a laugh. You only live once. Alright, I'm done.